INFJ is considered the rarest Myers Briggs personality type, representing less than 2% of the entire world population. INFJ, referring to one of the 16 Myers Briggs personality types, has become a media buzzword in recent years. The reason behind this, INFJ is considered the rarest personality type, accounting for less than 2% of the entire world population. They are nicknamed the lawyer and described as mysterious, intuitive, and emotionally intelligent. However, the INFJ type as a whole is often misunderstood. Oh, and I am one. Maybe you are too. The Myers Briggs Type Indicator, created in the 1940s by mother and daughter Isabel Myers and Catherine Briggs, originally originates from the typological theories of Carl Jung, a prominent psychoanalyst. The test evaluates an individual on 4 categories: extroversion versus introversion, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving, and using these criteria, determines which category someone's personality leans toward most. INFJs would be those individuals whose personalities favor the introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging sides. An INFJ can be difficult to spot due to the fact that they are not prevalent in society and tend to be reserved individuals. However, INFJs can be fiercely loyal friends, empathetic and organized employees, and exceptional leaders for causes they consider worthy and for the greater good of humanity. Here are 16 signs you might have an INFJ personality. Number 1. INFJs often report feeling lonely and different, and for good reason. INFJs are few in number, so they tend to have difficulty finding other people who see the world in the same sphere as they do. Most people of this type admit to feeling different from their peers from a very young age. They may have difficulty making friends or adjusting to work or school because they think differently than most people. Number 2. INFJs take an all-or-nothing approach to life. INFJs, a curious mix of emotion and logic, don't like wasting time on anything inauthentic. Although they can get involved in playing the field, INFJs truly value quality over quantity and will become disinterested in anyone or anything they find fraudulent, scheming, or wishy-washy. For example, at work, an INFJ may join a project team full of energy and ideas. But if they notice that team members are more focused on impressing each other or playing office politics rather than genuinely working toward project goals, the INFJ may become disenchanted. They prefer to work in a smaller, more dedicated team where everyone is truly committed to the task at hand. Number 3. INFJs exude warmth and others immediately feel comfortable in their presence. It is not uncommon for a stranger to sit next to an INFJ and within minutes reveal their most personal secrets, fears, and dreams. In fact, this happens often to INFJs for seemingly no reason. This personality type has a knack for making others feel immediately at ease, and they are great listeners and trusted confidants who speak in human terms and meet others wherever they are. Number 4. INFJs are quasi-empathetic. They tend to just know things. There's a phrase from Game of Thrones by the character Tyrion Lannister, "I drink and I know things." This can often be said of an INFJ, perhaps with fewer libations. INFJs have a highly accurate sense of intuition that they have been honing throughout their lives. Without understanding exactly why or how, an INFJ can see, within minutes of meeting an individual, their true character. As a result, they tend to be more forgiving of friends who exhibit disruptive behavior because they can identify the true root cause of it, such as insecurities or past traumas. Number 5. Ultimately, INFJs seek genuine truth and meaning. This personality type doesn't care at all about grandiose stories or extravagant gestures if there isn't a real, genuine reason behind them. An INFJ's calling in life is to seek insight and understanding, and as they develop, they can often detect a lie or half-truth at any time. If they believe an individual is fake or manipulative, they will have no problem dismissing them. Although introverted, this type often enjoys travel, adventures, and experiences that increase their understanding of life's complexities and promote self-reflection. Number 6. INFJs are true introverts, but people not very close to them believe they are extroverts. This is because INFJs can be social chameleons and have an innate ability to communicate with others. This happens because INFJs can be social chameleons and have an innate ability to blend into any social setting. The INFJ can have the party life for a night, showing their inviting nature and vivacity. However, this never lasts because, as an introvert, they lose energy when spending time with other people. Anyone close to an INFJ knows that this type prefers bars to clubs and barbecues to dances, and can give a speech to thousands of people, but shudder at the thought of mingling with the crowd afterwards. Eventually, this type will need to return home for some alone time and to recharge, or they will become nervous and exhausted. Number 7. INFJs have intense and unshakable convictions, sometimes too much so. An INFJ has certain ideas about the world and the need to bring about change in society. These are deep, intense beliefs that you will rarely let go of. If a career, relationship, or perhaps even a law doesn't align with their moral compass, an INFJ will have no qualms about ignoring it or leaving it behind. Number 8. INFJs tend to keep a small circle of friends and prefer to work alone. Although an INFJ may have acquaintances, if they call you friend, you can be sure they mean it for life. This type can count their close friends on one hand and will be loyal and devoted to these valued individuals no matter how much time passes between their interactions. An INFJ can be a great team player, but the idea of group projects and meetings naturally makes them slump in their chair. These are people who like to work from home or a quaint office with some like-minded coworkers. Number 9. INFJs can't stand small talk. This trait aligns with the need to seek truth and all things genuine. For an INFJ, small talk not only consumes energy, but serves little purpose as it merely consists of talking to fill the silence without revealing any deeper layers of the individuals involved. Don't talk to an INFJ about the weather unless you want to see a glazed over look. Instead, tell them about the causes you're promoting, your soul's wish list, or the way you smile every time you smell lavender, because it reminds you of your great-grandmother. Number 10. INFJs are typically high achievers and people pleasers. If you want a task done right, hand it over to an INFJ. They will plan every detail and deliver a brilliant final product. However, when criticizing this type, do it delicately, as they are also highly sensitive people who take every word seriously and are always striving for perfection. This type is a unique mix of dreamer and doer, but can easily fall prey to extreme bouts of anxiety or depression centered on feelings of inadequacy or failure. Number 11. INFJs are gifted with language and are often creative writers. In keeping with their introverted nature, INFJs prefer to spend time alone and develop an inner life enriched with many hobbies and skills. This type may have difficulty conveying their emotions verbally, so they resort to pen and paper. This, combined with their creative nature, makes it no surprise that many successful writers are actually INFJs, such as Plato, Mary Wollstonecraft, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Dante Alighieri, Fyodor Dostoevsky, Agatha Christie, Charlotte Bronte, J.K. Rowling, Carl Jung, and Leo Tolstoy. Number 12. INFJs make decisions based on emotion and insight. An INFJ judges the world around them and the people in it based on how they make them feel. This type does not care much about records and performance history. Instead, they tend to look for the heart of the matter and how a person or company treats them personally. This type will trust their gut feeling about a situation and move forward, which has almost always proven to be correct. For example, an INFJ knows two people so far. One of them is very popular and successful, but the INFJ doesn't feel connected to them. The other isn't as flashy, but the INFJ feels a deep bond with them. The INFJ would likely choose the second person, trusting their intuition about what looks good on paper. Number 13. INFJs like to reflect on deep thoughts about their purpose and the world around them. This guy is a thinker. INFJs are old souls who spend a lot of time reflecting on their purpose and the meaning behind everything that happens to them. They are often readers, researchers, and intellectuals who really enjoy learning. Although it is a noble endeavor, it is essential for the INFJ to have friends who can help them be less serious and relax from time to time. Number 14. INFJs are visionaries who see the big picture. This type tends to operate about 10 steps ahead. They are skilled planners and focus their eyes on the end goal and what is needed to propel them there. However, while INFJs are in dreamland about their future, they can sometimes forget to be present in the world that is happening now. As a result, they get along well with other, more grounded types who can remind them to live in the moment. Number 15. INFJs are fixers and gravitate toward people who need help. This type loves a good fixer, and with their ability to see another person's good bones, their true motives and intentions, and to readily provide comfort and compassion, they often fall victim to the broken wing theory. This is the idea that they can rescue others who have a broken wing or who have suffered a bad situation. This can be rewarding for the hopeful INFJ, but also frustrating and draining when limits are crossed. Number 16. INFJs seek true, lasting relationships. This type may meet with intuitive extroverts, such as ENTPs, ENFPs, and ENFJs. These types connect with the INFJ on the deepest plane of intuition, but they also get the INFJ out of their heads and out on the town on a Saturday night. Yes, something us homebody INFJs need from time to time. Do you consider yourself an INFJ? Let me know in the comments below.